In this video, I will show you how to make this trendy one side of shoulder extended peplum blouse. It is inspired by the ones at the side. Please keep watching. I'm Agnes. Welcome to my channel, Sew with Agnes. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. So I have folded my fabric into two for both the back and the front. So this is the back and I have my zipper of 1.5 inches. Then this is the front panel. So I'll place the front on top of the back and I'll pin it because I'm going to cut both the back and the front together. So from the top, I marked 1 inch, which will be my starting line. So I'll connect the point. I will cut the sleeve together with the blouse. So you will measure from the center of your neck to where you want the sleeve to stop. For me, I have 16 inches on fold. That is for the front panel. My shoulder is 16 inches divided by 2. I have 8. Then the 8 inches will be for the sleeve. Then for the back, I have 17.5 inches. This is my half length, 16 inches plus 1. That is 17. Then I will cut out the excess. The neck width is 4.5 inches. I marked it for both the back and for the front. The neck depth for the back is 2 inches. So I marked it, then I connect it to the neck width. So since it's one side of shoulder, I will mark and cut the front neck depth later. I marked the shoulder slant of 1 inch and I connect it to the neck width like so. Then I went up by ½ inch to join the shoulders. This is very important so you will not have shortage when joining the shoulders. So from the shoulder slant, I marked half of my armhole, which is 10 inches. That will be for the sleeve opening. So I extended the point like so, and I connect it with my ruler. So I mark the half length of 16 inches plus 1 inch for joining. The sewing allowance of 1 inch. So on this sleeve opening, I marked my bust circumference, which is 40 inches divided by 4, 10 inches plus 2 inches for ease and for joining. I went in by 1 inch from this opening and I connect it to the shoulders like so. Then on the waistline, I marked my waist circumference 36 plus 1, that is 37 divided by 4. I have 9 2/4. And I marked it. Plus 2 inches for sewing allowance and for ease. I connect a point like so. Then I made this part curvy. That is from the waist to the sleeve opening. So from that waistline, I went up by 1 inch. Then from the center, I went in by 5 inches. Then I connect them like so. That is the 1 inch to the 5 inch. So this will make the blouse rest well. So I'll cut now. So after cutting, I remove the pin to take off the front panel. So now I'll finish the back panel. On the zipper area, I went up by 1 inch and connect it with a slant to the side to avoid zipper bulging, like so. Now I'll cut it out. I also went in by ½ inch and connect it like so. To create the one off shoulder, I'll pin the zipper allowance. I'll pin it right through. So after pinning, this is how it looks. This is the right side of the back panel. So I'll open the front panel, right side again. I'll place it on top of the back panel, that is right side facing each other. So to get it right, you either place it right side facing each other or wrong side facing each other. So I pin both of them so it will be easier for me to mark and cut. So you can either choose either the right hand side or the left hand side to make the off shoulder, but I will use the left hand side. From the center, I marked half of my shoulder, which is 8 inches, that is 16 divided by 2, 8 plus ½ inch, that is 8.5. So I marked it. Then I came down by 1.5 inches. You know, we already marked 2 inches. Then I'll connect it like so. So if you want, you can come down lower than this, but I will use this. So I connected the points. Also make sure this is okay. So let's cut it out now. That's how it looks. After cutting, I remove the pins. Then I open the zipper allowance and I cut out lining for them. So I'll take it to the sewing machine now and I will sew ½ inch, then I will top stitch for both the back and the front panel, then I will iron them neatly. So this is how they are looking after ironing. I will now join the shoulders. So I place the back panel on top of the front panel, right sides facing each other, aligning shorter parts on top of shorter part, longer part on top of longer part. So I open it like so. So I have to sew ½ inch, lining to lining, fabric to main fabric. I have to pin the seam so that we'll have a good finishing. So I'll do the same for the shorter part as well. I'll pin the seam together like so, and I'll go and sew ½ inch. So after sewing, this is how it's looking. So neatly done, neatly done. So after each sewing, I make sure I iron. I will then close the zipper area. So I will turn it like so, and I will sew ½ inch. Then later I will sew the sides as well. I'll turn it like so, the right sides to right sides, and I will close the sides for the back panel, both of them, and also for the front panel. So I've sewn them, the zipper area, the sides of both the back and the front. This is how they are looking. So I'll notch the sides because it's curvy. You have to notch them and you have to be careful not to cut the seam. Notch them so that you can lay down flat. So after notching, I'll turn them again to the right side. Then I'll go and iron them neatly. This is how it's looking. So let's cut the peplum now. So this is the waist area of the front panel. I measured what I have. I have 24 inches. And for the back panel, each of them is 14 inches, including the zipper allowance. So these are the peplum. This is the front panel. The height of the front panel is 13.5 inches, and the length I have 71 inches long. So you can make it longer than that or shorter, whichever way you prefer. It will still come out well. So for the back, we have two pieces. The height is the same 13.5 inches, and the length for each of them is 37.5 inches. I'll put them aside. I have this chantilly lace, which I will use to serve as the main fabric. That is for the peplum. And the main fabric, that is the gara, will serve as the lining. So I have to sew them on top. So I've cut them out exactly the same as the gara, which will serve as the lining for the peplum. So I've cut out for the front and for the back panel as well. And I also have this for the sleeves. It is the edge of the lace, so I will sew it to the sleeve like so. I will top stitch it. I'll do for the other one as well. Then before closing the sides, I will sew them. But so let me just measure my waist and my bust before joining the lace to the sleeves. My bust is 40 inches. 40 divided by 4, I have 10 inches. So from the center back, I'll mark 10 inches plus 1 inch for ease. So I marked it on both sides. My waist is 36 plus 1, that is 37 divided by 4, I have 9.5. So I marked it on both sides as well. Then I'll connect the points. So for the sleeve opening, I marked 10 inches. And I'll connect them all like so. I'll mark the same 10 inches on the other sleeve opening. I'll connect them like so. I'll close the sides after joining the lace to the sleeves. So this is how it looks. I've joined the lace, then I've closed the sides. So I've notched the sides now, like so. You have to be careful not to cut out the seam. So after notching, I went and ironed it neatly. So this is how it looks. This is the back, and this is the front. So I left half-inch opening on both sides. It will help me when attaching the peplum. So these are the peplum. This is for the back panel. So I measured what I have on the back panel from the zipper allowance. I place them together like so, and I measure it. It's 12 inches. So I take the back peplum. We have two. These are the two. I will place them like so, right sides facing each other. Then from the center back, which is the zipper area of the peplum. I marked the 12 inches. I marked it on both peplum, 12 inches. So I'll go and sew now from this end, sew right round up to the 12 inches mark. I'll close also the zipper allowance area. I'll do the same for the other one, so up to the 12 inches mark. So this is the front peplum. I have a notch at the center there of the peplum. Then I have a notch at the center of the front panel as well. So I'll place the notch together, let them align. This is it. Then I'll mark at the side where it ends, where the front panel end. I'll mark on both sides like so. I'll place making sure that the notches matches, and I'll mark like so. So from that first mark, this will be opening. I will sew half inch right round. I'll close right round this end up to this other notch. Guys, I hope you understand. So after closing the peplum, this is how they look. I've ironed them neatly as well, the back and the front. So I'll put the back aside. So let's attach them now. To attach them, I will first of all sew the lining part of the peplum to the blouse, right sides facing like so. I will pin the notch area, then I will sew. Okay, it's wrong side to wrong side. Yes, it's wrong side to wrong side. I will sew the lining of the peplum to the bodies. I'll sew half inch. Then I'll do the same for the back panel. I'll sew half inch. The lining of the peplum to the bodies like so. Pin, and I'll go and sew half inch. So after sewing, this is how it looks. So what I will do now, so I will then fold the lace like so, half inch. Just watch closely. I'll fold half inch, then I will top stitch on top of the lace to close it. So this is how I'll do it. I'll sew, tuck it in half inch, and I'll top stitch. This is the front. I'll do the same for the back. I'll tuck it in half inch, and I'll top stitch it. I'll close that part as well. That is the zipper area. So this is how it looks after top stitching. Neatly done. See, the zipper area as well is neatly done. The zipper area as well. This is the front. I will then fix my zipper now. So this is the zipper, how it looks. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.